All right, all right. All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming with a little something, something. And just pretty much talking about a lot of experience that I had last night and this morning, which was a pretty good experience that the Most High had given me. And after hearing Isaiah, and then I went into Ezekiel, now I'm in Jeremiah and just listening to them talk to me and minister to my spirit. Ooh, it does so much for me. So that's what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about what Jeremiah and Isaiah and Ezekiel has in common. I would love it if you all would take out the time and go over Isaiah, go over Ezekiel, and go over Jeremiah. It'll bring you where you at today. It'll bring so much understanding in where we are at today. And it'll allow you to embrace the Most High in such a forgiving way, in a way that we would be forgiving Him and understanding why, things are the way that it is today and going to be. And the things that we are now facing, it brings closure, you know. I believe that somewhere along the line, the ball has truly been dropped. And I believe the ball has dropped way back from Genesis to today, the year 2021. The ball has dropped. Um, and where it rests today in this day is a place where much deceiving is in the hearts of people. And I'm just saying, in general, all people, is so much deceiving. It's like everybody go, I can't say everybody, I can't say that. Many likes to go after deceiving people. And when I ask the Most High, well, what is this that tells people the lie than the truth? What is this that's going around here doing this that's causing the people to embrace the lie instead of embracing the truth? He said it's a spirit, Deborah. It's a spirit. And you know what? The heaviness of the spirit is very powerful. I'm going to give it that because that's what the Most High gave it, because it's been deceiving people for quite some times. Like I said on a video prior, in the Garden of Eve, that same spirit was present, deceiving spirit. And a lot of people won't really get it because they're looking at it as the serpent, as Adam and Eve, and when they sin but there is a spirit that's it's so highly out right now, and it is a deceiving spirit. So now it's so much in it to where now I can understand why that is what Yeshua, which the world calls Jesus, left with his disciples. Not only did he leave with them what we're going to go through in the end days, he also left with them, be not deceived, because this spirit is one that its whole mission is to deceive you, and manipulate you to believe a lie than the truth. So as I was in Jeremiah yesterday, I've went as far as, I think it was from Jeremiah chapter 1 to Jeremiah chapter 18. And I was listening and listen to it being read. Now, I want you all to understand. I've read this book, and I've read over what I was listening to yesterday. But the way Yah has things set up, he'll give you something right here, and then give you something right here, and then give you something right here. It's sometimes he just don't give you A to Z, wham, and you got it. No, it's the way he give it to you. And I love it, because maybe I wasn't ready for the fullness of what he's revealing to me today, but it is such a helping hand. And like I told you all, Solomon says a lot of things too. But when you get into Isaiah and Ezekiel and Jeremiah, all of them are saying the same thing. And what are they saying, Deborah? Tell us. What are they saying? They're warning us about the house of Israel, their own people. They were prophets that were sent down here to warn you and I about our own people. They weren't coming. Those prophets weren't there for the heathens. They were there for us. Why was it that the Most High Yah felt that he was seeing his prophets to keep ministering and warning? And the most of it was ministering and warning who? His people. From when, Deborah? From Genesis to Revelation. Even to today, he's doing the same step he did yesterday. He's still warning them. Are they hearing? No. How do you know, Deborah? Because it speaks of them not hearing. It is nothing that Sister Deborah is saying that Isaiah have not said in his time, and Ezekiel had not said in his time, and Jeremiah have not said in his time. Why? Because we all fall under the right hand of the Father. We've been formed by the clay of righteousness to stand in the gap for righteousness. No, we're not to be liked. We're not to be loved. That's not what he created in us. We are to speak bold as Sister Deborah speak, loud and bold to the people. As not as if the boldness and loud is really going to get them to hear, because the Most High already said to me, Deborah, don't ever get caught up in wanting them to hear you. Just speak it. It goes to the wind. And I can just imagine what Isaiah and Ezekiel and Jeremiah had to go through, because they had to lead the people themselves. Right now, the Ruach is in me and leading me. But see, he was leading them. Upon him was he leading and guiding them. He was giving them words and even telling them if they didn't say it like he was giving it to them, how the blood would be on their hands. See, y'all wasn't playing. He ain't playing today. It's just that my calling isn't prophetess. So when you go back to reading what is a prophetess in this book, now it's many prophetess, but you got to get the one that Yah is sending. And they pretty much come to speak like you hear Sister Deborah. Someone would say, well, she's always bashing me and judging me. But go back to the book. It'll tell you that's what the prophetess job was. From Yah, not from man. And as I was going and reading over Jeremiah, I realized, I said, hey, these prophets had it heavy. And the Most High want me to know today, the prophets has it really heavy like unto yesterday. He said they have it heavy, but you just can't find, or you might not see who they are, because they are not out on the forefront like you all on these platforms really thinking that the true prophets are those that you see on this devil platform, teaching you everything outside of the light, leading you everywhere outside into the bosom of Yah, leading you nowhere in righteousness, but everything they bring you to. And they deceive you in those areas because they know that your flesh desire dirt, trash, stuff that's in the dark. It just does something to our dark flesh. We ain't made it to the light, because once you start walking in that light, and that spirit is in you, and he start walking in you, you be like, Dad, I don't want to ever go back that way. You know why? Because now you're walking in the light of truth. What is spirit and what is truth? You'll be able to see things clearer. You'll be more wise. You'll be more knowledgeable. And guess what you would have? You would have understanding resting right inside of you. Understanding be resting there. When you can come up with a situation, you be trying to piece it together. The spirit will bring to you in a soft tone the answer. You see, because now the light is resting in you, and you abiding in the light, and the light is abiding in you, and y'all have become one. But you have to get there to the light. And the reason why it's so important in this day and time, it's no different than Noah telling the people over and over, come on, you all, we have to get out. You have to get out of the rain. Sister Deborah said the same thing. Sister Deborah ain't saying nothing different to you all. Sister Deborah is not saying anything different. And when it makes me feel good, because it's still lining up with what y'all have said in time past. Hello, everyone in the live chat. I'm glad you're here today. If you want to just chime in and you have things to say, just put it out there. We're going to go over it. All right. I love the Old Testament. Still don't know. You know, he don't play. He sure don't. What? Try answering that yourself. I think you have the answer to that. I'm not in darkness. I'm in light. Okay? So try answering that question yourself, because it rests therein. Okay? Because that darkness is in you. It's not in me. I can only give you that which is in the light. So try answering that question. Fresh New News 247. Answer your own question. Well, if you knew that, why are you on this platform right now? We know it's the devil platform and you freely to dance with him. But I don't have no time for you, okay? This is about the light. So in Jeremiah chapter 17, listen to this, you guys. I say you guys, but listen to this, everyone. Jeremiah chapter 17, okay? The sin of, wait a minute. I just froze. It just froze. Judith. The sin of Judith is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. It is graved upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of their altar. While if their children remember their altars and their gloves by green trees upon the high hills. Okay, he's talking about the tribe of Judah. Now, one thing y'all don't understand of what he's saying. That's Yah. That is Yah saying that. You see, because only he knows that. This is not a prophet just coming up just saying something out of his mouth. This is actually how you're able to know what comes out of the mouth of Yah. And this is what he's saying. He's actually letting you know how deep the sin of the tribe of Judah is. That's why I say I think about how the tribe of Judah and how Jacob was saying these things regarding them at in his last hours of life. And I don't even think not one of his sons even took what he said to heart. I really don't. Because if you go back to Jacob telling his son, gather yourself together that I may tell you what is before thee. Okay. Let me tell you something. If they would grasp that alone, it would give them a better step in life. They don't listen to Jacob, but they want to get on here and say, we, the children of Jacob, you know, we are his 12 sons. You know, they want to say we are the 12 tribes. They grasped all of that. But what does that mean in your heart of heart? What does that mean in your spirit? Yah is saying your sins are graved in you with a pen of iron That's deep. And with the point of a diamond. And listen to this. It is in Jeremiah 17, verse 1. It is graven upon the table of your heart. You see? This is what he's saying. Your sin is that's how deep the sin of the tribe of Judah is. But they won't, none of that means anything. And as Jeremiah was beginning to talk, I can hear where we at today. I can hear where we're at in Isaiah. I can hear where we're at in Ezekiel, and I can hear where we're at in Jeremiah. So it really is saying a lot of things to us, you see, and letting us know where the sin rests, and why we can't get past, and why we don't understand why we can't unite, why we don't have the love, we don't have the togetherness, we don't have peace. Why? Amongst us, we don't have peace amongst us as a people. That's why you go into every state, Chicago, you can go to New York, you can go to Missouri, where I'm at, and you can see the tribes of Judah, the men, and how they're taking each other out by like to killing each other at a drop of a pen. Not even a pen. The pen don't even have to drop. So it's deep, y'all. It's deep. But it didn't get this way because it's just the white man bothering us. Oh, we been brought over here. No. Isaiah and Ezekiel and Jeremiah are prophets of the Most High God. Why is it we don't listen to them? You know why? We're so busy listening to the people that's on this devil platform who have not been chosen, anointed, nor appointed to carry the messages of which they are speaking. Because these sort of messages they won't cover. Because they want you to see. They want you in darkness. When I heard Jeremiah yesterday and everything he was saying, it was so thick. It was so powerful. And I'm saying, wait a minute, Father. Wait a minute. They did that. They did. You all, what's going on with the gangs in Chicago ain't got nothing on our brothers back in Jeremiah and Ezekiel and Isaiah. Ain't got nothing on them. Ain't got nothing. And what you got to hear is them telling you what to look for today. Those prophets really actually are saying things that Yah has given us to see today. It's and it with some people it might cause them to fall, but when you're walking in the spirit, it'll cause you to walk therein. You see, and you don't have to be stumbling all over the place. You see, that's the purpose of that light. It wants to share with you truth. It ain't just want to be your light. It want to be so you can find your way. It want to be your truth. That's why he called it spirit, which is the light and truth. It come with him. It's come hand in hand. So he don't want you to just have the spirit. He wants you to have the truth of the matter, you know. And just listen to Jeremiah last night. I was just troubled. I was like, Father, Jeremiah said the same thing Isaiah was saying, Ezekiel was saying, and what is in Jeremiah is in all three. And you know what else? Solomon was talking some of that too. That's why Solomon got to the point, wait a minute. All this you didn't let me find out on under the sun, all of it. That's it. It's worthless. Why? Because you're sitting here trying to teach people and tell people spirit and truth messages so that they can run on in the light, but they prefer to hear the darkness and let it be a part of who they are. You see? And therefore, that's where the deceiving spirit feels that it's getting a lot of victory in this day and time. A whole lot of victory. See, the thing about it is what the beast is doing and what the world is doing. I don't have no problem with that. Sister Deb don't have no problem with that. We don't have problems. I don't have those is in the light. We don't have no problem with what the world is doing. Y'all have already sealed in us what the world is going to do and how they're going to perform. But what I have a problem with is a people who have started a newfound religion that is deceiving their own nation by great number. Instead, we know we're going to face the prophecies of what Yah said is going to come to pass. Father, show me the light so I can walk therein. Because we ain't going nowhere, y'all. I'm going to tell you the truth. We ain't going nowhere. So I know they telling you that, oh, Babylon coming down. And yes, Babylon going to come down, but not nan one of them are going to live to see it. Because they can't even see Babylon is already down. You see? So the type of Babylon they looking for, they won't see it. They great-great-grandbaby might, but they ain't gonna see it. But they will see the judgment. And while Babylon is down, they're gonna still see themselves still in judgment. It's like, when he said when the times of the Gentile, okay, is done away with, and then he was gonna work with us. Working with us is to get us to the light. That's it. He ain't working with us to give us nothing but some insight of where we at, so we can grip him to hold on until we sleep, because that's where we're gonna be. We ain't going nowhere, y'all. I'm sorry to tell you that, but no, I ain't sorry to tell you, because it's true. A lot of things we're preparing for, as if we need to prepare to be able to stay in tune and connected with the light, so we'll have something to be able to walk therein with, and it would cause us to what? Endure. No matter what goes on, it ain't gonna sway us one side or the other. We're gonna still be just looking in that light saying, ooh, this is beautiful, this is nice. And chaos gonna be all around us, because he's not gonna let us stumble over all of that. And that's why he's saying, like Noah, when he was Noah and Ark, he was telling the people to come in. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to do nothing. Come on this way. You don't need no food, you don't need no water, just come on. It's getting ready to rain. The world finna end. Oh, no, they ain't going nowhere. I ain't going that way. And that's a big difference. The same amount that you saw that escaped the world ending, and in Yah is the same amount. Not as far as what we see the Noah and his sons and his wife, but it's the when he speak of the small remnant, you best bet it's small. You see, he is not playing with that, because they're teaching you all, but they're not teaching you all. They're teaching you enough to be deceived. We got to walk in the spirit of the Most High Yah. So whatever go down, we'll be able to endure it in him. You see? So we'll be able to rest in whatever he has prepared and whatever he prophesies, and we'll be just walking like it's okay. Because we're in the light, So Sister Deborah ain't trying to take you somewhere that Noah wasn't trying to take the people. Even Lot was trying to tell the people, his wife, to tell the people don't do the things that they were going to do, because he was getting ready to destroy the city a lot. But see, one thing about all of it, you guys, nothing ever get out. Nothing ever. You just don't. It doesn't escape. The sin that's rest here is only way it's going to escape come judgment. Not escape. The only way it's going to end is when judgment. When the New Jerusalem come and the judgment has taken place, that's when it's all going to be cleared up. But otherwise, when we thinking that, okay, if Babylon come down, then what? Is it going to change the way we walk, talk, act, love? If we're gonna, why is it we have to mimic people on the devil platform? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but why do we want to be like everybody else and not be like Christ? Why can't we be at least try to want the love that Yah has? At least want it. We can't match it, but ain't nothing wrong with desiring it, and those things. Why? Because we're not seeing things in the light. We're seeing so much in the darkness too. It's too hard to take a grip of what is in the light. As Jeremiah was talking here, you guys, let me tell y'all something. Jeremiah was saying a lot of things. And when I say Jeremiah, I'm talking about what came out of the mouth of Yah in Ezekiel, what came out of the mouth of Yah in Isaiah, what came out of the mouth of Yah in Jeremiah, because he did a lot of talking. He did a lot of talking to these prophets, and you can hear it once you get in the midst of it. And what's very good is YouTube has this. It ain't YouTube. It's where you can have it read out to you. And what I did, I just set up, keyed in Jeremiah, and just listen. I was like, Father, wait a minute. You mean to tell me all this stuff I'm talking about? Jeremiah is sitting here saying it? Wait a minute, hold up. That same way I felt about Ezekiel and Isaiah. So why is it we're sitting over in the Western world pretending we the good people? When every prophet y'all sent, it was for the people. And who killed them? Your people. See, that's what I'm saying. It's deep, you all. And that's how they are today. It's a sad thing. Hello, everyone in live chat. I'm glad you all are here. Yes, it's a sad thing, you all, but it is what it is. And the only way you can get the understanding out of it, if you are desiring to walk in the light. And sometimes people don't even understand. All it takes is a desire. Remember, he talked about that mustard seed? That's all it takes. Is that I want to walk in the light. There's some things going on, things about to happen, Father. I want to, hey, wait a minute, let me walk with you. What's hard about that? Okay, you know the things he didn't prophesy. You're seeing them come to play, but we still walking in darkness, saying we're waiting for the next message to tell us what's going on in the world. Let me tell you something. The light would bring that forth to you. It would tell you what's taking place, and then it will give you some insight before it takes place. That's how loving this light is, and willing to carry you with him in a direction to where you're moving in righteousness and you're seeing things more clear. Jeremiah, just listening to Jeremiah, and as I was listening to Jeremiah, I'm hearing Yah's voice. I mean, and when you hear something in Jeremiah 17 in verse 1, it says the sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron. What is that saying to you all? Watch this. And with a point of a diamond. It is what? It is graved upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of their altars. So if you think for 1 minute that these people on here is telling you something righteous, you're lost without a cause. They didn't do it then, and they ain't gonna do it now. So you got to find your place with Yah, not with them. You got to fit in with the Most High Yah, not with them. I'm gonna say another. I'm gonna listen to this one here. Listen to what this here says. This is in Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Listen to this. Thus said Yahuwah. See, can I tell you all? His voice is speaking in Isaiah and Ezekiel and Jeremiah and throughout the whole book, even in the part that people call new. Baby, let me tell you something. You can still hear his voice. You have to be in the spirit to hear it, but you can still hear him talking, behind talking. They can be saying something, but you can hear him in the background. You see? Now, listen to this here. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said Yahuwah, cursed be the man that trusts in man. Wait a minute, Father. Wait a minute, Father. Wait a minute. I got my hand up. What do you mean by that? Listen to what it says. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said Yahuwah. Get there, y'all. Pull your book up. Thus said Yahuwah. This is what he means out of his mouth. Every word that proceeded out of his mouth. But you know what you all decided? We don't want what come out your mouth. We want a man that we can see. We can join his page. We can like. We can subscribe. We want an idol God. That's what y'all telling y'all. Because he's speaking, like Sister Deborah saying. He's speaking in Jeremiah, in the book of Jeremiah. He that hears my voice, my sheep, heareth my voice. You see? His. You got to be in the place with him to hear his voice. He called him his. But listen to what 5 says. Hear this. If everybody in the live chat, if you got your Bible, turn to Jeremiah 17 and verse 5. Listen to what he says. Thus said Yahuwah, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and make flesh his arm, and whose heart depart from y'all. See, I'm telling y'all, you can't trust me. Don't trust Sister Deborah. No, don't trust me. You see? Trust y'all. That's what Sister Deborah want people to know. Go to that light. Don't come to me. I got the light. My spirit is a light. My spirit is abiding with his spirit. He's the ultimate light. He's that light that's in John chapter 1, the Gospel of John, resting in me. But the light you need to go to is him. You see? That's where it rests. And he's sitting here in Jeremiah saying this. He's saying this. But when I say that Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Jeremiah, they're saying the same thing, it's the same doing things I say on this devil platform. And I'd sit and listening to them. And I was listening to Jeremiah last night. I was like, Father, wait a minute, hold up. So that's what Solomon was saying. There's a time for this and a time for that. And there's nothing new. See, he's saying that we just keep making it as if it's either something new or something just come up. No. All these prophets died, you guys. They lost their lives trying to get you to the light. See, a prophetess didn't lose their lives. The prophetess didn't lose their lives, but the prophet lost their lives. Guess who took their lives? They didn't take the lives. Yah brought them home, but guess whose hand was put on them? The house of Israel. You see, these are the same men and women that you all today are putting your trust in. 100. The beast has this internet. His right hand of power, the Most High said, is the media on the four corners. That's why he has the power to control your mind. And yes, he does. They're doing it by the cell phones. They're doing it by the laptops, the computers. They're reading you every day, every moment. They know where you're going, what time you go, how you're going to get there, what you took when you went, where you're going, coming back. They know it all, and they still using it. That's the power of something, you guys. Who is it? It's the beast right hand. Yah has ushered him the right hand of power to be able to do these things. To who? People who want to follow darkness and think that these here platforms is all that and some, because they saying all these different names and they quoting all these different books and they reading all these different, they showing you all this. But where are you in your spirit? Where are you walking in the light? Give me something to go on so I can run to the light. You know? Oh, they won't do that because they're connected with the deceiving spirit as well. It's a very scary thing that for me, it is scary because I'm flesh, you guys. I'm flesh, I'm spirit, but I'm flesh. Now, see, I can get scared in that flesh, but I'm not afraid in the spirit. Come on down. You see? So what got me in Jeremiah was to hear how our house of Israel, especially the ugliness of the tribe of Judah, have been to the Father. Y'all got to read it. You got to read it. And what makes you think the cursed land in which he has sown them has transformed them? It hasn't. They're worse than Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Jeremiah books told you they were. I mean, in Jeremiah, he was talking about how they were eating, putting their kids, sacrificing their kids. He was also talking about how they was eating their kids. I mean, like food. Y'all don't want to hear that. See, that's why I say the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel, y'all send y'all dumb tails on corners, profaning his name and disrespecting him, calling using all this profanity, calling people all kind of names and say you represent him. You are profaning him. You are showing no respect to the world of who he is and what he stands for. You can't do that. But that's where you know they ain't who you think they are. See, Sister Deborah know who they are. That's the only reason why he gonna give you the gifts is so you can use them for your journey. See, he ain't gonna give you no gifts and then you standing around here waiting for YouTube. Oh, he gonna give me a good message. When he finished giving you a good message, have he gave y'all all the praise? Have he gave him all the glory? Have you took him to his throne? Have he told you to grip his garment and ride on in with y'all? Because that's what it's gonna take. It ain't gonna take our ugly mouths being on here just talking about, oh, this is going on and this is going. Because you can't tell me nothing new because y'all ain't dealing with you every day. But those that he's dealing with, like he did with Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, these were not just them, y'all. The whole thing is talking about his prophets. Because he sent them. He sent them all. Then he gonna send himself down with Yeshua. They killed him too. But what he say? At the end, let me tell y'all one thing. Y'all better wake up. Ain't nobody took his life. He said he laid his own life down. So tell me something new. So everybody think, oh, yeah, you put your hands on him. Yeah, you did some things to take him to it, but I used you to do that. Because he had to die. He had to die for you. And what you was about to do to him. He died for it. You see? And while we're walking around here thinking it's about us, when is it about us and us only? I do not trust the love of Yah for the house of Israel only. Nope. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't agree with that. The love of Yah extended as far as that right hand can reach. I would not deceive people to think that it's all about us. Only part about us is the promise that he told Abraham. And the reason why that promise was set, because before the foundation of the world, he saw our ugliness already resting there in us. He said, this people here, I'm going to go all the way with them. I'm going to go all the way. But wait till judgment comes. Wait till when we stand before glory. That's when he going to throw up and he going to throw down. That's when he going to throw up and he's going to throw down. See, they don't tell you that. They tell you, oh, we going on home. Well, let me tell y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Let me tell y'all. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. Because that's not my home. The home I'm looking for is the New Jerusalem. Where is it at? Where is it at? Show me the way. I ain't looking for a home, a land that he promised me. When he gave it to us, we act a monkey. He took us over there and gave us everything we needed. And we cut up from the floor up. I don't want to go back there. They take me. Wait, Father, wait, hold up. I want to see the New Jerusalem. I want to walk in on there. So the mindset to deceive you is to make you think it's going to be all this and that just because she's going to take you on the other side. But you got to go back to Ezekiel where he said, and then when I clean you up and when I sprinkle water on you and then when I get you right, he said, I'm going to put another heart in you, meaning, and he told you what kind of heart it was. It was a flesh. The flesh means that you still flesh. You see, you're going to be making some decisions when you get up and over there like you did now, like you have now. So what he said is, he said, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. After you get over there and I cleaned you up and I built that land, I charged that land to get ready for you, guess what? I'm going to allow you to see your iniquity. I'm going to allow you to see it for what it is. See, people really thinking that, oh, that he come to get us and they doing this to us and they doing that. They don't understand that that's to fulfill the promise. What's after that? Judgment. See, they ain't looking for that. They looking for the promise, and then Jerusalem. They didn't bypass judgment. That's the mindset of the way they teach it. So the people are not preparing to love on Yah or just to desire him. Like that mustard seed, he just wants you to desire him. He ain't asking you to flip over a bridge. He's just saying desire him, and he'll take you from here, meaning he'll lead you and guide you and show you the way. Someone says water speaks. Yes, that's why he speaks of water and as thirst and a drink. He letting you know it rests also as a character, one of his characteristics. Yes. Hello, hello. I have a question. Okay. I'm going to share something with you all, and don't think that I'm a bad person, because it's a good thing. Even though it sounds bad, but it's a good thing. Let me tell y'all what I did. And I'm answering that question now. I believe I was like 6, 7, and 8. My mother had a father. We had a 3-storage house. It's 3 levels. And then we had a basement. I would go down in the basement to talk with what I called him then was God. But I can't explain it. I believed. When I get down there, and guess when I would go down there? When I'm mad at him. I would go down in that basement and say, you did this and you did. I'm mad at you. I was a child. But I believed. And when I go down there, let me tell you, I had a Bible under my bed, under my mattress. I might have had 2 or 3, though, to be honest. I was a young child. So he had been dealing with me for a mighty long time. And I'm going to tell y'all, throughout my life for a good 7 and 8 years, I could see the devil tormenting me. See him like I'm seeing myself on this platform. I could see him. And I used to go down in the basement and say, you let him do this to me. He did this to my hands, and he's causing my hands to hurt. And I was a baby and would go. But when he give me something and do something for me, I go down that basement. Thank you. You gave me this. I knew he was real, y'all. I knew he was real. That's why I tell you, I didn't got nothing to do with all this stuff they talking about. I knew he was real. I couldn't understand throughout. Someone asked me this question, was a young woman, why was people afraid of me? People were afraid of me, and I look back at it, I could have actually been a bully. You didn't see no gain on this side, no gain I didn't have people on the side of me. I played every sports there were. I love it. I was good at all of it. I love sports. I loved it. But I was a person that believed at a very young age. And I was in elementary when I started all the sports. I think, elementary back in my days went from kindergarten to 8th grade. And I was just a very active person, as a young person. But I believed, y'all. And I can't tell you it was me. Never will I tell anybody it was me that believed. I did not believe. It was Yah that was me, So I remember, though, I think I was like in the 7th and 8th grade, where I used to tell people, if you ever know who you are and where you come from, read the book of Genesis. I used to tell Black people that. I didn't care how old they were. I used to tell people that. I couldn't read that good, but I believed I could. And I believed based on what he was teaching me. See, that's why I was saying the person that can tell you these things is me. These people are telling on here Mickey Mouse, and they think it's about when they went into the church and they got out of church and the church is like this, the Christian is this, Christian is that. I ain't got nothing to say about the Christians, you all, because guess what? Y'all said I have ordered your steps. And if he ordered your steps, I don't care if you're in the prison system, you're on death row. He tells you, I have ordered your steps in for my name's sake. You see? So if he ordered my steps and I believe that, the things that has happened to me in my life, I look back at it. You know, have y'all ever heard of that song? A lot of people sing it in the Christian. When I look back over my life, I think things over. Let me tell you something. Just over your life is a testimony because it caused you to think about where you at and how so much that went on in your life led you to where you at today. You see? So I think about how I have asked him. I have when I became I think I was like 38 when I was asking him in my 30s, maybe 39 when I was asking him, why was the devil tormenting me back then as a child? He said, because I had allowed him, just as I allowed him on Job. I didn't do nothing with you because I had you right in the palm of my hand. You see what I'm saying? Did it break me? No, it made me. It made me who I am in him today. Yes. Yeah, I like that. I like that. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor should uphold him. And you know what? Uphold the humble in spirit. If they got a taste of that, they wouldn't even know how to act. They would love it. They would love it. They would love it. Because that's exactly where he can take them to the levels he wants them to be. That's all he wants them to do. Get rid of that thing that keep you from coming close to me. I don't care if you think that you so much of a male. Come to my bosom. Come on up here. Get on my bosom. Hear my spiritual heart love on you. That's all he want. He don't care about your fringes. He don't care about your wrapped head and your wood and stone around you. He said wood and stone can't worship me, so don't go there. He definitely didn't want us to go with wood and stone, y'all. And that means that stuff we be wrapping around. Go back to Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and the book of Isaiah. He done told them time after time, don't go dealing with stone and wood because it cannot worship me. It is an idol God. Right here today, you see all the guys with wooden beads and things saying God. He just told you not to do it. He said right here, Jeremiah 17 and verse 1. The sins of Judah is written in a pen of iron. Now, let me tell y'all something. Everybody in the live chat who have heard me time after time, what have I said several times about the head, the head of our men? What have I called them? Not called them that. I didn't call. I said it's like unto a what? Who knows? I wonder, can somebody say, okay, glory is his name. Yes, glory is another part of his name. That's right, because it brings worship to him, glorifying him, and glory. You know what I'm saying? Just see, I like that. I like that because that is so true. That is so true. Another entity of who he represents, what he represents. So because that's a good one too. The reason why it didn't trap me is because he was dealing with me a long time ago. And I don't know if you heard a video I put out earlier today. See, he taught me from the back up. He didn't teach me from up, back. The difference from back up and up, back is you're going the wrong way. You have to be able to be taught by the Spirit from back up. And I'm not talking about this, the book. Back up is when he take you a place in him. And he tells you, let me tell you, I'm going to take you where you cannot go. No book can take you. No man can take you. Nobody can take you. He said, but I'm going to take you there. And he took me there a long time ago. A long time ago. And let's guess where he took me. He took me from back and brought me up to where I'm at today. Back is what took place before the foundation of the world. Anybody in the live chat can tell me what took place before heaven and earth was created. When he take you that route, you cannot lose. You know you appointed and anointed because he decided to take you there where he started, to let you know that when I send you on this spiritual mission, on this journey, don't lose this, because it'll make let me tell you something. You know how many places I've been and how many different denominations I went under to study? You know what I come to conclusion? As long as I can remember where he brought me from, I never get lost where I'm going. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I know he took me to the back end and brought me to where I'm at today, I can't get lost because or where I started. You see? See, it's something that took place before the foundation of the world that has all the answers for today, tomorrow, and forevermore. It has all the answer to the New Jerusalem. It has all the answers. So when he taught me, let me make sure I explain that. When he taught me from the beginning. The beginning don't start with Adam and Eve. It didn't start when he said, and God created the heavens and the earth. No. When he chose us, and you too, he chose you. Don't you hear him when he said it out of his mouth? I knew you before the foundation of the world. I predestined you. I ordained you before you was in your mother's womb. He letting you know I know something before I created the heavens and the earth. That's where we need to go. Now, I will, sister or brother, whoever that AC, I will be judged on that. I can hoop and holler and tell you this and tell you that, but I'm going to be judged on that because he's going to judge me on what? Where I brought you from, not where you end up. I'm going to judge you because I let you see the nakedness of where it all began. So when you see the nakedness in the Bible, a lot of time it's showing you the pure start, the beginning of the beginning. It'll show you, like, okay, you remember in Isaiah chapter 3 where he said he's going to purge the daughter of Zion and they're going to have a scab in their head and it's going to reveal their secret places because he's going to show up and show out and let you know, women, it's more to it than what you think. I'm going to reveal to you who you really are, but I got to strip you down for what all you have become. See, that's how he rumbled. Because I got to show you from what I know. I'm going to strip you naked so I can see, so you can see. You can see your secret places. So you will know that I am who I said that I am. See, that's what he has to do. And I salute him. I salute him in that. So where I started was long time ago. That's why I can say what I say as far as what people are saying today. You need this, you need that. You got to say this, you got to do this, you got to walk here, you got to cover your head, you got to do this. You can't wear makeup, you can't dress like this. No. Come on now. He said, what did y'all say? Put me first, and all will be added. He letting you know when you put me on the highest level of your life and who you stand for and who you are, I'm going to see you through. I'm going to see you all the way through. That's all he has. One thing I'm going to tell y'all that a lot of us has wronged the Most High with, he ain't never asked for much. Matter of fact, he ain't asked for nothing. He rules it all. He caused the wind to come from the west and go to the east. He caused the wind to come back from the west and go back, from the east and go back to the west. He tell the ocean, hey, wait a minute, let me tell you something. Stand still, I said. You think that ocean ain't gonna stand still? You ain't gonna see a wave in that water. He tell the night, hold up, let the day stand a little longer. Who wouldn't want to be under that type of light? Who wouldn't want to serve that type of power? But he'll tell the wind and hold up. Let me show you something. I'm coming down Highway 71 winter day. They told everybody to stay at home, but I think I had to pick up my husband, I believe, that day. Yeah, I did. I had to pick up him from work. And all the way that I felt I was sliding, it was rush hour. Lo and behold, on Highway 70, coming from the west going east, that little car spin, rush hour now, spinned around about 3 times and headed in the opposite direction. And guess what? All the cars that was here on each side, west and east, was halt, standing still, lining up like this was a military. Don't tell me who I don't serve. He froze that highway while I spinned in the middle of it and head the opposite way of the traffic. But he froze the highway and said, oh, that's mine. See, I know who he is. That's mine down there. You see, even the people that was already past us, that was west, they was frozen. And I began to sit there for a moment and praise him and glorify him. I was taking my son to see his father. And there was I know y'all seen it on TV where it's a mountain and you're going all up here, all up there. When this bad car that I had, it was a good car and everything. Somewhere, I can't even explain it. When the fence was about 10 foot high, I end over the cliff. We end up over the cliff, down on a solid rock. The car sitting here on top of a solid rock, just like this. Baby on the floor, son in the back seat. I had a baby that was 2 months old. He's on the floor because when I went down over the mountain, landed on a solid rock, the people say, now, ma'am, it's Sunday. We don't have no, they call it a crank, them big old things that comes and with jaws and come and pick you up and pour. Ain't nobody at no shop, ain't nobody nowhere going to be able to get you out. We sitting on top of a mountain, on top of a rock. Did you know one of those things showed up? Pull us up, off, down, far down, brought us up, put us on the road, on the street, leveled us. And I thanked them, and we went on home. 300 miles. Can't nobody tell me who I serve. So if somebody want to wonder, why is it that you might be more than a million? You tell me why. What made Jeremiah more than a million? Who made Isaiah more than a million? Who made Ezekiel more than a million? Who made Moses more than a million? Let's take Moses. You know how many children of the house of Israel died in the eyesight of Moses? Millions. In Moses' eyesight, because of their disobedience and rebellion against the Most High Yah. Millions! But it's still not enough to change the heart of a people that is ugly toward the Father, which has lined them under his name. If you disrespect him, you're going to disrespect everything on the face of the earth. Why do you think when you go into your community's trash, you can have 2 blocks where Black people stay at in United States, and you can have another 2 blocks where Caucasian people stay at, white people stay? In the first 2 blocks where we stay at as people, trash, tore up from the floor, and we'll blame the white man. That's the ugliness that's in us. We keep trying to hide instead of bringing out so y'all can say, yeah, you're right. That's who you are. Thank you for owning up to it. Y'all just want us to own up to it. We don't want to own up to it. We want to blame the white man. That's what our men want to do. If they ain't blaming the white man, they blaming the woman. And y'all wanted me to tell every last one of you women y'all said when they blame you, it's really because they blame him. And honestly, he didn't say because they blame him. He said because they have blamed him first. Before they can blame you, they have blamed him first. So you in there. That should give a lot of women comfort because it's in scriptures. When he came looking for Abraham, he blamed Yah for that woman you gave me. He always blaming everybody. Did you hear him repent in the garden? You didn't hear him say, Father, I'm sorry. I did what you told me not to do. You charged me. You gave me one commandment. You gave me one law to follow. And I disobeyed you. I wronged you. I did not keep it, Father. You know, he ain't had time for that. Forget that. That woman you gave me, she caused me. You see? So y'all say, y'all, this was from the beginning. These are the things our men won't tackle so that they can be delivered and enter into the ark. See, they don't want to do that. So yes, he said he's going to clean you up. He's going to clean you up, but it won't be you. It's going to be your great grandchildren. You ain't going nowhere. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 until all are destroyed. All praise to the Most High Yah. Oh, wow. In the rain, one car was coming. Isn't that right? That is wonderful. And that's why I share that, because I know it's a testimony toward my life. He said, turn around, huh? You never saw him. Praise Yah. I like that. In that secret place. Now, what isn't that something? Psalms 91, that secret place. You see that dwells in that secret place. Now, why would it be called a secret place? Can you answer that one? Why would he call it a secret place? Abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Why would he call it a secret place if it's not a secret place? You never saw him again. Wow. Praise the Most High Yah. Oh, praise the Most High Yah. So we just have to really get past. And when the thing about it is, this is what really got me really deep. Isaiah, Yah is doing a lot of talking. And then he tell Isaiah, you better tell him to call on the women. I was like, no, he didn't. Call on the moaning and the women, the wailing women. Oh, wait a minute. You mean they can talk now? Oh, we can speak? You mean we can say something? You see? Oh, it's time. What are we gonna be wailing for? What are we gonna be moaning? And what are we gonna be what do you say? Wailing, moaning. It's another word. The wailing. I think that's what. Wait a minute. Is y'all saying call on the daughters of Israel so we can pray for who? Wait a minute. For our men. Wait a minute. What they gonna do? See, women, you something in this. I know they done got you to where you thinking you ain't nothing, but they don't even know how. If they will work, we work together. Y'all will show up and show out. Because when he created us, him and her. I created them. Just because he made Adam first doesn't mean that he hadn't already created them. That's the part Sister Deborah was telling you before the foundation of the world. You'll understand that, what actually took place. But when you hear and you sit amongst a lot of people, they really don't have that assurance in the word itself. Even the word that proceeded out of his mouth in this book, they don't take it for its value. They take it to sling it to you and to deceive you. But when it comes up against their bosom, they ain't gonna take it for what it is. Yep, we have to tap into it. Praise the Most High Yah. That's it. Glory be to the Most High Yah. All praise to the Most High Yah. Yes. So you all, if you ever decide to walk in the direction of the light, get the support of the other prophets. Hear from them in their walk and what Yah was saying to them. And what you will learn is today is a monster compared to yesterday. Why, Deborah? It's because yesterday he was upon them and he was talking to them. But today he's in us. But look how bad it is. You see the difference? Now he lives in us. He's willing to live in us, to lead us, to guide us, to show us, to comfort us, to teach us, to reveal to us, to show us things to come. Look at all them gifts he's willing to work in us. But with them, he was upon them. He spoke unto them. You see? Today he's living in us. And that's a big difference. It's a big difference, even though it most likely measure out to be the same, but it's a blessing. So I'm just like to the point where I don't think that there's going to be any unity amongst the people or love. I think it's going to be all the things that identify the opposite of Yah. I can see it. That's all I can see, because they're not showing anything outside of what the beast has allowed them. And it ain't, and let me stop, because he don't want me to blame it on the beast. It ain't the beast. The beast set the platform. They set the heart of what they desire to speak on and what they desire to cover. They don't want to cover what is spirit and truth. They want to just cover what everyone else is covering, because it's not about trying to get the people to go in the direction of the light. It's about trying to get their likes and their subscribers. Basically, there's subscribers and their likes. So they're using you to idle them. You see, when it's time for you to start trying to get to the light. Okay? If you want to idol somebody, idol Yeshua HaMashiach. You see? You want to worship somebody, worship the Most High Yah. You know, you mean you want to say something, talk to him, commune with him, and see where you go in life. See how your heart will feel. See how your sight will become. It's about, and honestly, when I'm finished running my mouth, it's all about that love that the Most High has, that he wants us to just have at least a token of it, so that we can love our neighbors. 99.9 never had any respect for their father nor their mother. He didn't tell them how mama would talk to me, or how mama would treat me, or how daddy would talk to me, or how daddy would treat me. He just told you to honor them. Most of them ain't honor them because they didn't feel they had to. But they expect their children to honor and worship them. Not honor, but honor them. But see, they never showed that example to their parents, but they want their children to show it unto them. But what goes around comes around, you see? And that's what a lot of them don't understand either. It's the way you conduct yourselves. And if you figure this is something else, if it's a lifestyle or something you went throughout life, that now you know better and you want to go to the light and you in the light, Yah erase all that. He erased all that and let you start where your light is at. Mm-hmm. He ain't got time for all that going back, especially when he know you trying to move ahead toward him. And he got time for all that. He erase all that and let you move on and show you that, yep, you did this, yeah, your life like it. That's okay. Let's do away with that. Come on, we finna start from this day on. Come on with me. Let me show you this. Let me show you that. And how I kept you, how I still had invested things in you when you didn't even know it was invested in you. Come on, go with me. I'm going to take you places you ain't never been, things you ain't never seen. Say things to you and show you things that no man on the face of the earth, nor woman can show you. It's only can rest in him. And don't forsake Yeshua HaMashiach, because HaMashiach is his right hand. That's the one that's going to usher the Ruach into your bosom. See, that's that power, that right hand of the Father's power that usher you to his love. So you have that respect for Yeshua HaMashiach, because Yeshua, it was the blood sacrifice. You know how you take a lamb and they take that lamb and throw him up here? He's the sacrifice, and they walking, the shepherd. You see, the sacrifice. He's the sacrifice. And HaMashiach is the right-hand power that seeded through. Okay? So it's like Jesus Christ. I don't understand where along the line we get tied up in so many different names that come out of our ugly mouth when so much other ugly things come out of our mouth. Who cares what you say out of your ugly mouth? We don't care about the name that comes out of our ugly mouth if our heart ain't fixed with y'all. Okay, you say your biggest fear is false prophets. Did he give you the gift to discern? Okay, where's your level of walk with him? He said, try the spirit by the spirit. See, you shouldn't have no fear. He said he didn't give a man the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. So even that spirit of fear is a spirit that don't belong near you. Because he said he didn't give you a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. That means if you got a spirit of fear of anything like unto that, it's because that spirit of fear don't belong there. You got to kick that to the curb. And it's not your mission to go level or determine the false prophet or the one that's not false. Only way you're going to be able to determine that is you walking in that light. He's giving you the spirit to discern. And that's a spirit, that's a gift to discern which is which. But that's a gift from him. But then he gave everybody who walks with him the power to be able to try the spirit by the spirit. Let me explain something to you, baby. The most powerful thing on the earth to be fearful of, the last thing is a false prophet. Have a platform, I'm going to say 90%. False prophet, it can be a false teacher, a false bishop, a false evangelist, a false minister. They're all lined under prophets. And you didn't know that, did you? But they do. But see, somewhere when they tamper with the word, the only thing, see, let me say this here. This is going to really kind of get to the point. What is the greatest thing man us or want us to be afraid of? I'm sitting here talking to you about Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah. They were prophets. They don't want prophets, y'all. So they got to keep in the hearts of people to be afraid of the false prophets. You see? But if you got the spirit of Yah in you, he said, try that spirit by that spirit. Try my spirit that rests in you by that spirit who are teaching, and you can be able to divide it. That's where you find out who you are and who you really walking with. Because when you get the Ruach HaKodesh, you're ready to try the spirit by the spirit to determine if it's of Yah or not. Because the Ruach gonna show up and show out and tell you. It's gonna give you that feeling of who's who. But the world and those who are on these platforms would teach people, oh, the false prophet. This is a false prophet, false prophets, false prophet. When you finish, why we talk so much about the false prophet? Where is the prophets of the Most High Yah? You won't find them. You won't find them. Because they don't want to speak who they are, because they know that when they came in time past, what they do with them? They killed them. And those that's here today, they ain't got time to be dealing with you all. They ain't got time. They're about their father's business. They don't care if you like them or not like them, or you hear them or you don't hear them. That's just like Sister Deborah. I'm on a mission from the Most High Yah. And his mission is the only one I'm going to fulfill, and nobody else's. He's sitting here telling me not to put my trust in man. Here go in Jeremiah 7, chapter 17, verse 5. Thus said Yahweh, curse be the man that trusts in man. So, okay. And make it flesh his own. They want to rest. Everybody on the YouTube want to rest in the platform, this platform, as if these people on here are their arms. Go on, lay down, baby, and rest in me. Oh, I like them. I subscribe. And they feel so, how would I complete? That's what gets me. They ain't gave you nothing. They ain't led you to nothing. And it's supposed to be all about the Most High Yah. They got you thinking it's all about the Hebrew Israelites. But so much. But yeah, he said he didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. So if that fear is there to keep you wondering who's a false prophet and who's not, let me tell you, if you got the right spirit in you, you should be able to discern it. He said, try the spirit by the spirit. So those are people who already have his spirit. I got in trouble too many times because I come running to him when what that sister coming to me telling me she all these positions. I said, Father, what is this? I said, what? Wait a minute, hold up. Didn't I give you the spirit of discerning? Wait a minute, hold up. Deborah, I've been told this by the Most High so many times. Try the spirit by the spirit. He's told me that. Because I was sometimes when it get too heavy, I was like, Father, what was that? What was that guy coming here? Who's he? Because I want the Most High to tell me, who he said, I ain't gonna tell you nothing. Try your spirit by his spirit. Try that spirit that rests within you by his spirit, and it'll let you know who's who. That's when we trust in greater is he that is in us. That's what he's telling us. Let that one that's in us that's greater try these spirits that we are not aware of, that we don't know of them, or we're not sure of who they are. But when we don't have him greater in us, because we got platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, that's our greater, because we think we want to believe what we can see to believe. We want to believe only what we can hear and believe, what we can like and what we can subscribe to. Try believing what you don't see and see where you go, but yet believe. It's heavy and it's real. Yes, that's right. Okay. Or due to our free will. What is your free will? What is a free will? Do anyone know what a free will is? I'd like to hear that testimony. We need time for it. That's good. And never double cross it. When you feel when something's not right, that's it. You got it. You see, that's what it's there for. That's that you got that gift in you because that's what it's there for. Okay, we say our own choices, believe what I need. Okay. Okay, free will, own choice. Let me see this. Okay, now this is what's happening. I'm a mother of 6. If take any of my children, have to put them to sleep, meaning die. Won't nobody get on no pulpit and give no sermon. I will be giving it. You understand? I will be giving it. So I already let them know. They don't care. They know my mother know what she's doing. but I will be giving their sermon. Why? Because I want to awaken people to a light, okay, that they have sat in darkness for so long, they are not the ones that have seen the marvelous light. Because I'm sitting in here and people really believe they have a free will. And they have a choice. You ain't never had a free will, nor have you had a choice. I don't know where man and got in this thing and they done smeared it up and smeared it down, and they can precept it, they can line it. But when it all said and done, someone asked me earlier, what make you so different than a billion? Because he showed me what took place before the foundation of the world. So he showed me from back to front, not from front to back. 99.9 have learned from front to back instead of from back to front. Now, let me go with the choices, y'all. Let me go with the choices. Deborah ain't never had a choice in her life. Because from what Yah has said out of his mouth, I have ordered your steps according to my will. Okay? I have predestined and ordained, appointed, and anointed you. Before the foundation of the world, I knew you. I have ordered your steps in me. So if he ordered my steps, he knew my mission. Now I'm going to take you there where he taught me from the beginning. Before the foundation of the world, he knew you. He knew who you were, where you was going, and how you going to make it back. When he said it is written in the Lamb book of life, that's past tense, somebody. How did you get in there, I wonder? Oh, wait a minute. He just put you in there. Oh, no. The Lamb book of life is in the heavens, in the bosom of the Most High Yah. Can't nobody go up in there and remove that. So wait a minute. When did it get in there? When did your name get in there? Oh, wait a minute. I had a choice, didn't I? Can my name get in that book? No. It's my choice, though. If I make the choice, that's how I got in there. My choice. No, you ain't got no choice. You ain't never had nothing. He have ordained. No, let's not even tell you he have ordained. It says he's the potter of the clay. And when he made you for who? Man's will? Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your husband? No, for his will. So if he made you for his will, we finna sit and figure out, well, what is your will? And if he made you for his purpose, then what is your choice? He put the day you come in and the day you go out. Well, wait a minute, hold up, Father Yah. How you gonna do that? Hold up, Father Yah. Hold it up, back it up a little bit now. How you gonna know the day they come in and the day they go out if they got all the choice to make while they here and as long as they here? Wait a minute. When you're dead and in the casket, what choice do you have? Couldn't you have lived? Wasn't it your choice? Let me see you get up. All the choice is in you. Come on up. Your life has itself. If so, why is he at the potter, making the clay, causing one to do righteous and one to do unrighteous? Wait a minute. How you going to make one of them to do righteous, Father, and one to do unrighteous? Don't they have a will? They have a choice. So how you going to sit at the potter and you going to create these things like that, Father, y'all? They got choices. They got their will, free will. They can do what they want to. The reason why I'm going to be speaking at the sermon of my any of my children have to sleep before I go, I don't care how old I am. I'm going to be up there because I want the people to understand life ain't never been yours. Your choice ain't never been yours. That's why you need to get yourself to the light so you can understand it more better. But you ain't going to understand it in darkness. You're going to understand it in light. Because if I have to be there at one of my children's funerals, I'm going to be the one to give that sermon. Because I want people to understand. My son or my daughter that's lying in that casket, why can't he get up? Where is his choice? Where is his free will? Hey, wait a minute. What they say? This is my life. I do what I want to do. I got one life to live. Nobody tell me what to do. Wait a minute. From what I can understand, it's the Most High Yah said at the beginning, I breathe the breath of life. And man became a living spirit. Wait a minute now, Father. Wait a minute. John, the Gospel of John, the first chapter, you said in man was the breath of life. In you, Father, was the breath of life and the light of man. Is it? Before they was born, you gave them this thing. You gave them this life, but they think it's theirs. How is it we think that the life is ours when all the life is his breath? So how could his breath that's in you be your life? Be your choice? Where's your own breath? When he tell death to go get Deborah's breath, what gonna happen to me? I'm gonna fall dead. Wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. You mean I'm gonna fall to the ground? Wait a minute now, this is my life. I do what I want, and you can't take my breath. Oh, yes. It never was yours. And you know what? That takes you to a deeper level of who he is. And we've been lied and deceived. His breath of who he is in you. He gave you his breath so you can breathe in that spirit, which is a light, which is your spirit that he has given you. What do you think his image is in you? It's your spirit, like his spirit. It's a light. That's why he don't want to communicate with you no other way outside of that light he put in you. Because it's his light. Every man on the face of the earth have received a spirit, which is a light, which is the image of God. Men be talking about, oh, he's the image of us and he don't look like you. He is a spirit. That's why he said you can't worship him in your flesh. Your flesh don't have no choice. It don't have no free will. It ain't never had it. You just ain't never been taught it. But that's what the Ruach come to do. Well, why would? Because the Ruach, he charged and said to us, it's coming to teach us all things. Why? Because we've been deceived. We've been deceived for too long. So it's coming to teach us what is truth, what is spirit, and what is truth. You know, Yah said that you can't worship him in your flesh. Why not? You can choose to worship him. You have a free will. No, baby, let me tell you something. You think he ain't already had your name in the book of life? Past tense. So what choice did you have to get in there? If he said he knew you before you was in your mother's womb, tell me what choice you had. What choice did your mama have? Tell me what choice did your daddy have? They didn't have nothing. If he said he gave you the breath of life and the light, which is your spirit, and you became a living spirit in a fleshly body, then tell me what part of you has choice. He knows you're going and you're coming. Who knows every string of hair on your head? And what's the sense of knowing it? Because he holds everything that we think we run and control is in his control. Wait a minute now, Deborah. Did he create man for woman? No. Did he create man for a woman for man? No. That's a lie from a man from the pit of hell. He said, everything I created for my will. Stop turning what I done already created around. That's why you don't have no faith in me. You don't have no trust in me. That's why y'all don't believe in me. Y'all don't love on me like I love y'all. Y'all won't turn to me because you're giving too much credit to man. And because he done sat there and opened his mouth wide to tell us the beginning to the end, we run around here, give all the credit to ourselves and man. And we wonder why the world in the way that it is. And don't think he didn't know it. Everything in the way he is going. Now, why do you think he can control the sea, the wind, the heavens, the earth, and everything in it? But yeah, man gonna have a choice. You ain't got no choice. Even to go to the light, you don't even have no choice. I'm saying go to the light because my calling is saying go to the light. He said all you have to have is the size of a mustard seed. And he'll bring you on in to where you need to be anyway. He knows you're going to go into the light or not. Sister Deborah is what is here to direct you, at least in the right direction. When you get to walk in that direction, he's the one going to bring you in. That's what Sister Deborah said. Everything these prophets just said from the beginning to the end of this book. Do you think the house of Israel ever honored or respected anything in here? They never did. That's why I say y'all lost without a cause, thinking they can precept you and line you and little here and no Torah and no all these other books they got. They are deceivers, deceiving you everywhere outside of what is spirit and what is true. Y'all don't even want you have. He don't even want you to even think that you're gonna enter in because of your choice. You're gonna enter in because of your desire. See, that's the thing. That's love. That's what you call real hardcore love. It's where he ain't telling you to flip over, turn backwards, listen to all these people on this devil platform, get all the message you. No, he said you don't even need all that. The size of a mustard seed is what you need. Just a little bit of your own fleshly faith. And I give you the gift of faith that man can't give you. That's what he talk about first, the water to drink. He got so many things that he has really identify him and his power, and we overlook that. We be on this devil platform chasing everything they telling us in the flesh, and we have no connection to him in the spirit. And he already told us you can't worship me in that flesh. So that means you have to go where? To the light. You got to come on to him, to the spirit. So when he sent death to get you, where's your choice? Why ain't you living if it's your choice? Why can't you come out when your mama wants you to come out when you're born? It ain't your choice. It ain't her choice either. You see? Life and death is in the hands of the Most High Yah, just like your life is. Life and death. Living and dying. We don't want, you know what it is? I'm going to be honest with you. It's because we don't believe in his power. Don't you hear him when he said, denying the power therein? 99.9 in the 2021. That's one of the main problems. They deny his power. They don't believe he has the power to tell them what to do, to lead them. That's why he lets you go any way you want to go. But it's a way he already know. So when you thinking you making your choice, you thinking, hey, this is my life. How does his breath of life become your life? He said you just going to become a living spirit, baby. He didn't say it's your life. It's my breath in you, in your spirit that's giving you this. You become a living spirit. I wrapped you. He let you know what he wrapped you with, the dirt from the ground, to let you know so that flesh can't get no flesh won't try to get no authority and try to gain no power in this. Dirt you come and dirt you gonna go back to. That's the only choice you might think you have, is to get that ground down there where you come from, because the other part belongs to him. Glory to be. Yes. Somebody says humans are just what is distractions. What you say? But that's why it's so important to love on him. But we need to stop disrespecting him, y'all. We really do. We really need to stop disrespecting him. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. You're right. You're right. You're right. My thoughts than your thoughts. Very good. Very good. And that's over in Isaiah. Isaiah 55 and 9. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. And that's a really good one because not only is it speaking spiritual and truth, it's letting you know the higher. It's what, notice he said, for as the heavens, then the earth. So how do we feel down on the earth? We above who he is and what his choices is. We can't do that because everything rests in him. And then it says, what you have here, so are my women higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. That's where we have to get to. That is so true. You see what you're saying in Isaiah 55 and 9? That's where we need to get to. You know, you get to there, guess what you can come up with? You can have power to move mountains. Once you can get to this and graft this, you can have power to move mountains because he would usher you the power to move anything out of your way. Why? Because you're trusting and you're hearing what he's saying. You're putting him in that higher state of any thoughts, in a higher state of ways. Letting him know that, okay, we get you, you're higher than anything. Our thoughts and our ways, we got you. You're going to always be that. See, it's just a part of us praising him and glorifying him, you know, by saying what he said. Now, did you know who said that? Well, you got on here Isaiah 55 and 9. Who said it? These are the verses. That's a good verse because these are the verses he said on Yeshua. Believe every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yah. That is a spiritual word. Strictly out of the mouth of Yah. He's telling you. No man can tell us his ways is high. He had to step in that scene and say that in Isaiah 55 and 9 to let us know where he's standing. And that's how he rumbles. He's real good at coming up, showing up and showing out. Oh, yes. Even to today, he's good at it. Yes, the spirit of light, fear ye Yah only. Yes, yes. The world is a hot mess. Yeah, it is. It is. But it ain't something that, you know, y'all can handle it. He knew it was before he even created. And that's what he always sealed me with because he know I ain't got no sense. And I ain't going to sit here and try to play like I do. I ain't got no sense in the flesh. But when you come down to that spirit realm, you met your match. When it come down to that spirit realm, then you done met your match. Because that's the only way I can understand him, y'all, is in spirit. I can't understand him no other way. Yeah, the everlasting love. This is one said, I always say that humans are just a distractions. Distractions. Yes, higher than anything we can think of. Yes, higher than anything we can think of. That's what he said. It's higher. So he just letting you know, don't come up here. Don't come trying to rub up on me. Don't come thinking you can get higher. Don't think you ain't got nothing going on. He said, I didn't order your steps. Well, wait a minute. What you mean? So when all my life can be the living hell, I can be loaded of sin from my feet to the top of my head. But guess what? The order of my life and the way that it has gone is still ordered by him. See, can you really say up exist if there wasn't a down? Can you? Can you really say that cold is cold if you didn't have hot to put up against it? Would you say righteous is righteous if you have not identified unrighteous, or unrighteous is not right next door? You couldn't. You couldn't. So a lot of times we thinking because our life was so horrible in the beginning of our lives and we done so many horrible things, don't think he didn't see it. But guess when he saw it? Before the foundation of the world. That's why a lot of things that the way that men teaches, that's why Sister Deborah bypassed what they said. It is a lot of deceiving lessons, mindset, and y'all allowing them to. Just like he allowed the heathens to do what they done to us. But what we fail at is those 400 years, what have we learned? Think, y'all. Think. Here it is, the 400 years is up with them, but look, where have we moved to? Nowhere Ezekiel said. Nowhere Isaiah said. Nowhere Jeremiah said. We ain't went no further than what we've been doing since Genesis. We ain't going nowhere no further. 400 years up, we still doing the same thing and worse. But yet, we want to tell people they bothering us. They doing this to us. They doing that. What have you done to the Most High Yah name? What have you done to the land that was called by his name? Altar that was called by his name, the altar, y'all. What have you done with it? You profaned it. You polluted the land that he gave us. We polluted it. And guess what else we did on it? Y'all didn't know this, did you? Brothers was killing brothers back then, just like they do in Chicago, in Missouri, and all over the world today. They was doing the same thing over in that land. So when y'all brought them here to this land, he's getting a taste of their own lesson and thinking, not that he didn't know, but I'm gonna put them where they I'm gonna put them in the midst of what they've been doing and let it be done unto them. And that's why they got the taste of what the white man has done and still getting it. Because they took this newfound awakening and made it a religion to hide the people under. And the people running under that umbrella like, oh, we the new people. We the children. Wait a minute, hold up. The children that has hated on the Creator, that has profaned the Creator, has disrespect the Creator, has dishonored the Creator's name, has disrespect his name, has brought no honor to his name, has been disrespectful to him himself, has been stiff-necked, disobedient. Come on now. You see, we're the people from the beginning all the way to the end, walking in this stage. But yet, we turn to the white man and the heathen. Y'all bothering us. Y'all took our history. Y'all said that's a lie from the pit of hell. Ain't nobody ever took nothing from you. You always was the one I gave. And even in the midst of it, I always had a stretched out right hand out to you. You never gripped it. And then Ezekiel gonna sit and say that they got over in the midst of the heathens. Stood right in the face of the heathens and profaned his name. We're talking about the same people you running around here talking about. We the people, we the children, we all this and all that. And that's why, where you understand where he's going to judge the whole house of Israel first. That's why. Because we owned up to it, y'all. We ain't going to. Yep, that's exactly. That's how they knew that. Yeah. So anyone have anything? Yep. I don't know. You know what? When Ezekiel was in Ezekiel, y'all need to read that. It'll blow y'all mind what Isaiah and Ezekiel and Jeremiah is saying. Because what they're saying, if you ever want to know, well, where do we go from here, Father? What is really going to take place? You know, those same prophets are crying right now from I say from the grave with the message that came out of the mouth of Yah. Because me listening to Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, same thing going on today. Same thing. Same thing we doing today as a people. Same thing. Nothing no different. And you wonder, how do we get to the point where we just don't have no respect for his name, no respect and honor to him? How did we get there? We were there already. We were there already. We came here like that. We came here like that. That's why he had to, out of us, he had to choose those that would come down here to carry the seed, the SEED, the spiritual seed, not the seed of the flesh, but the seed of the spirit. So when you go to Matthew's 1, you'll see all of those that's listed, always those were the one who carried the seed of the spirit from heaven. They're the one who carried the seed of the spirit from heaven. Everything is two. Just like you got the seed, like a man's sperm. He has sperms, and the woman body is like the incubator. I think that's how they pronounce it. And she nourish it and give it the food, but actually the child come directly out of the man. So as that seed is not the same seed that is spirit. This came all the way down to Yeshua HaMashiach. It is a spiritual seed that has been assigned, appointed by Yah to carry on down. So Abraham was, and David as well, was the seed carrier. And he told Abraham that, see, Abraham didn't have no kids at first, but he birthed in the mission of those others, the bloodline down Abraham. And he told Abraham, okay, and with that being done, I will prepare them a land, okay, that I promise you, and I will make sure they get back onto that land. And what y'all don't understand, Ezekiel 36, and I think it's 36, don't understand how he's going to do that. Ezekiel 10, maybe I got the wrong one. Ezekiel, I think I'm pronouncing it right, 36. Ezekiel 36 and 10. I'm going to see if I see that here, verse 10. And it says, let's go to verse 9. And I want you to inhabit. I want you to understand this. Verse 9, Ezekiel 36, chapter 36, verse 9. For behold, I am for you. I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. Okay, watch this here. And I will multiply the men, MEN, upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the cities and the wastes shall be built. This is where the dry bones gonna come up. See, when he bring our offspring back over to the promised land, he's gonna even bring up the dead to full that land back. Yes, to keep his promise to Abraham. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's the promise. See, and with that promise, you're going to be on that land and you're going to pretty much get everything you once gotten before. But guess what? Sister Deborah waiting for the New Jerusalem. See, I don't have to be living. I don't have to go over there to the promised land. I'm looking for the New Jerusalem. Where is it at? I'm looking for the New Jerusalem. That's what I'm waiting for. Anything else outside of that, I already know. I'm not going to see it. And you ain't either. So that you can go on and let them teach you and lead you and guide you. Your best thing is to respect his name by loving people, do good to those who do evil to you, Love thy enemy. Take care of the needy, the fatherless, the orphanage, the hungry, the homeless. Anything that you can do is representing his name. See, that's him. That's that love. That's all he wanted us to do, y'all. He ain't asking us to bend over backwards and be on a mountain and what they doing on these devil platforms, nothing. We want to go and we want to represent him first by what? Love. We first want to represent him by love. And once we can feel it in us to want to do, to want to respect him and honor him, we have to start with love. We got to take away and erase the hate. And we got to put love on the forefront. Okay? We got to help people, you guys. The hungry, the sick, the homeless, the widows. What do the widows, the orphanage, and the fatherless have in common? A male. But they too ignorant on this devil platform to grasp that. They so busy getting guns. They so busy getting church forms, raising virgins, so men can have as many wives as they please. They so busy breaking up homes where women and men has children. Let's break up this home and let's go down there with Pastor Dow. Okay, you don't want to go? You stay here. You're supposed to do what I tell you. That's sick mess. That's Jim Jones all the way through. Jim Jones, yes, all the way through. What man is given 8 seeds on a land and he decides to leave those 8 seeds and that wife to follow another man? That's deep. That's deep. Something wrong with that. That picture, something wrong with that. It's a lot of that's going on, you guys. In the tribe of Judah, there's more than 50% of our men in the closet and out of closet and sitting right next to men on these platforms, and they don't even know it. Oh, yes, they are. They are there. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. That's why they don't want women to speak. That's why you don't hear the prophets coming out full force. That's why they don't want you, the women, to speak, because they're going to show what really is going on. They don't want them to speak. They want to keep you quiet. See, ain't nobody in that biblical told you to shut your mouth. But me, even when, I was thinking about when he said he poured out all the gifts. He didn't take them gifts back, y'all. They sitting up in us, waiting for a man to tell us how to release them and which way to go with it. Now, y'all ain't that type of, he said his thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways. So we can't follow the ways of man if he didn't ordain and predestine ways within us. Those gifts that he poured out are still resting within us. We have compressed the spirit that rests there in us because we wants to get under a man to teach us and guide us and show us what Yah has invested in us. He can't do that. A man cannot have the power over what Yah has put in us. Can't do it. So what they did is they turned around and put a lot of things in there to where it'll keep women from being anything outside of what Yah has called them. So where everything you see, it'll put, he poured out gifts to men. I said, Yah ain't never said that. He would, if that was the case, he would have just said in the beginning, I created man, in my image, I created him. See how that's where you know it's messed up from the floor. And here go Yeshua, which is not said, which is the word called Jesus. He said, wait a minute. From the beginning, that wasn't so. I don't care if Moses did tell y'all that, but from the beginning, that was not so. He was letting them know from heaven didn't have it like that. That ain't what heaven had. That's what Moses told y'all, but that's not the way heaven created it. And see, that's the true fact. Even a lot of those verses in there have been smeared and tampered with. The only way you're going to be able to rightly divide it by the spirit of what comes out of the mouth of Yah is through his spirit. That's why he said, don't come to me trying to worship me in this book. Don't worship me in this book. Come on with me. Come to me in your spirit. And I abide in your spirit and you abide in me. And we will come one. And we're going to work this thing out from that end. And I'll be in you greater than he that is in the world. Now, what he's going to be in you would be greater than he is in the world, but a man telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you look like this, you got to walk like this, you got to talk like this, you got to use you like you can. See, they're trying to bring that old way back in. That's why they're trying to cover all the feasts and all these days. And y'all said, Deborah, I'm not honoring none of it. So let them go on. If everybody want to go on and run behind that stuff, go right ahead. Y'all say he ain't honoring none of it. Because if your heart is not fixed, who cares what the moon and the feast and everything that you all are doing when your heart is not right? See? But it's a how would you say it? A ritual. It's trained. They training themselves to think like Yah, to have his ways, to have his thoughts. And he said, hold up. Those are not my ways. Those are not my thoughts. You come over on the other end where I'm at. Come on to me in the light where the spirit rests, then we can do something. But you can't run around here trying to hold all these days back in Torah in the year 2012, and you ain't read this book and seen how ugly you been since then. That's why I come to want to abide in you to teach you how ugly you are so you can be redeemed back the right way. Because see, what they thinking is, oh, we going home, we going to the New Jerusalem. Get on over there to the New Jerusalem, all you want, all you think you going. What about when the new heaven, before the new heavens and the new heavens that's coming down? Before that, guess what it's going to be? Judgment time, judgment time. What is it going to judge you from? Even when you're getting ready to go back to your land. Because that's why he said he's going to put a new heart in you of flesh. So letting you know you still going to get cleaned up, and I'm going to take you over there. I can't take you over there the way you are. Because I don't want my hands on you. So the only way I'm going to be able to take you up there, I got to clean you up. To take you over to the land I promised Abraham. I got to wake all of them up from the dead. Them dry bones, I got to get them up. To get them back over there to that land. I even told the land. Now I'm going to get you right too. He told the land. The place that he promised Abraham, our land, his land, and we was going to go back home. He said it is not prepared for us. So why isn't these people running over there to Jerusalem and Israel? Why are people running to Africa? And he already told you in Ezekiel, I'm going to call that land out and let it know you're polluted. But come on, I want you to revive. See, he's going to have to get the land prepared for us before we even get there. See, it's a lot of work he's going to do, and we stand around here profaning his name right in front of the heathen. You know why the heathen don't have nothing to do with us and won't help us and won't do nothing with us right now? It's because we still dishonoring his name. We're showing them that we are not the children in our action. We hooping and hollering his name, and we the people, we the children. Y'all done his people this. Y'all, we did this. And they already know who you are. They knew who you are. They already knew. And you're trying to prove to them. It just bothers me to hear these black Negro men on these Deborah platforms. All over YouTube, Facebook. We the people. Let me show you. This book said this. This book said that. Who gives a rat's behind? When your heart is not fixed on him. Your mind is not fixed on him. You're not leading the people through the promise of the light. Because the light was promised to deliver you. Yeshua HaMashiach. That HaMashiach going to usher that spirit of Yah into you. Well, they ain't going to tell you that. They want to make their newfound religion up high and let you be sitting low. When all this destruction comes, you're going to be caught up in it. Babylon in it all. Because I asked God, I said, Father, why is it that you don't really expound on coming out of Babylon? Because I always thought, okay, so I said in Revelation, it said come out of her, but women, because he said they ain't coming out of her. Why do you think I'm going to have to clean them up? If they coming out, they ain't coming out. That's why he said he made sure he let us know the gate that leads to what is righteous is narrow. He letting you know, I got some that's narrow. They going to be up in that gate. But that broad gate, many gonna go that route. That's why he enlarging hell. Because many of them going to go in the route that's broad to destruction. And they don't even see it coming. Because they're not going to do, They just don't want to do right. And they don't want to lead the people to something spiritual, because Yah is a spirit. And that's how we worship him. Did not he say that? We worship him in spirit and in truth. The way of a man is forward and strange, but as for the pure, his work is right. Amen. Amen. Proverbs 21:8. All right. So, okay, you guys, we reached 2 hours. I those that are in the live chat, I want to thank you for joining me today. Um, and I hope you got something out of it. And I'd like to leave with you to really consider overnight uh, praying and asking the Most High to help you walk in His marvelous light, that you want to really, if it be what's in you, if you desire it, you want to really walk with Him, in Him. Uh, because that love is the number one thing that we show. We have to show that love. You know, we want to represent him. If they want to get on here and tell you that his name, his name, his name, but baby, you ain't representing him. Where's the love? Okay, where's the your neighbors? I mean, love thy neighbors as thyself. Where's you honoring your mother and your father, or where did you have you ever? You see, it's a lot of things that they sit and they thinking that, okay, oh, they have to get on here and deceive you and they good to go. Because and you know what the sad thing about it? Y'all should see how they rush to reach a number with the subscribers. That's something else I think is really sad. Because a lot of them that's in the world, that's what they doing. They trying to reach a certain numbers with the subscribers. It's what it's saying. Want me to tell y'all what it's saying? I want to reach a number to see how many people that I can deceive. That's it. Because you ain't giving them nothing. You ain't giving them nothing, spirit and truth. So you would have to be giving them something that leads to flesh. All righty, all righty. And you know what, you guys, let me say this. When I pray tonight, I'm going to make sure I mention you all in the live chat. I really need to do that. I really, really need to do that, because a lot of you all think that, you know, like you think that this is your life, you the free will. But let me explain something to you. You might be in this chat, and it ain't Deborah's chat. It ain't Deborah's platform. You where y'all want you to be, you know? And believe it or not, he can take you in a position tomorrow to where you actually be the one that he has called you to hear, the prophetess, and he got a higher work for you. See, Sister Deborah already know, because he showed me years ago. I tell you what year it was. 2002. He showed me that. People who gonna know way beyond what he have shown me. They're gonna have to be some good ones. And I believe they're out there, they coming forth. But I believe as a judgment on the whole house of Israel right now. Because if the Gentile times is up, why is it we haven't moved into any type of position? Have you ever thought about that? Why haven't we moved to any type of position? You know what I'm saying? Toward the light, in a way that showing the Gentiles that we're waking up. If we're going to wake up, what is the number one thing we should wake up to? Love. It's one. And Yah. We need to have Yah first and then love. You see? What is it to wake up to everything else and still have a hateful heart? That's why our people are hating on one another. Okay, I'm past my 2 hours. Let me go. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gone. So thank you all. I'm going to pray for you all, that the Most High Yah, since he has appointed this time in which we really think is our time, but I'm going to pray that he he bless you all in every way that he see fit, and I'm gonna just thank him for because I wasn't planning on coming on here. It was just out of nowhere. I said alive. So I'm glad we did. Is it you don't know what he's doing and to whom he's trying to lead in the directions toward him. He don't want you going in the directions toward Deborah or anybody on these platforms. He wants you for himself. So I, Sister Deborah, would say to you all, I will hold you up in prayer. And I say unto you in live chat, thank you so much. I love you all for who you are. And don't try to change yourself. You can't do it. Let him work in you, out of you. Because that's what he loved doing. He loved working on you from the inside out. He don't want you to start working on your outside. He want to work with you from your inside out. So I, Sister Deborah, want to say again, I love you all and thank you all for joining me on live chat, in the live chat. So I say shalom and shalom. Have a good night.